Hi, I'm one of the current lecture fellows, and I worked on a project that's called Online Resource for Foreign Teaching, for Teaching of Foreign Languages. And again, it's not like this was needed to be reinvented. There was a lot of wheels out there, but they were often very scattered or not very readily accessible. Just to give a really brief overview for those of you who are not in humanities. So for a lot of 300 level pedagogy courses in the humanities, one of the teaching units is often what teaching methods have there been over the years. And it has been popular to have some sort of a presentation of that. And on campus, it has been a box of stuff that kind of was passed on and like, oh, who has it? Oh, I think it's Khan. I don't know. So it was sort of, and we also produced in the early 90s a video of these, where we presented or demoed some of these teaching methods, but again, it's on a VHS tape. And so I thought it would be a great idea to do sort of a online archive where you could put on every single method with certain support materials, so a lecturer who's teaching a 300 level course can just go there and can find this ready available as a one-stop shopping, basically. It's gonna be, it's gonna be on a WordPress site that will be housed in the Berkeley Language Center and the Center for Teaching and Learning, so that everybody on campus could have access to this. And we've talked about that it's something that potentially could be opened up to further access, because I'm sure if you're at St. Olaf or Ohio State, that there might be teachers there that would also be able to use this. It's also our wish over the next year, as that site will be fleshed out, to actually update some of the things, although some of us who were part of the original video demos with actually Claire Kampsch, being a student in one of the classrooms, have a certain affinity for that. But it is 1994 and it will be seen. I'll show you a very small clip from it. So we'd like to streamline it so that it'll be clickable and that each method will have the same set of information. So we imagine some sort of a timeline like this on the front page of that, on the online tool. And then as you click, so this is of course not live, but you have to imagine that we're now in a live setting. So you would click on something, and I have chosen the method Suggestipedia just as an example. It is not that it's better or worse or anything, just an example. So you click on that, and you will, under that method, get the 4 options of reading a really concise text about the theory behind the method. You will see a video demo in a classroom to see how it's applied. You would have a task set. This is specifically based on GSIs, so that you as a teacher can have some, as I said, support material, have the GSI, be asked some questions and given some ways of interacting with the method, thinking about how it might apply to their own classroom. Also pluses and minuses, like I will never do this, or this is really cool. So, and then lastly, we will have a bibliography that won't, of course, it won't be, you know, all of but we will choose works that might, again, in a pedagogy 300 level course setting, be good works to have there for the student to look at. So now if you'll just indulge me, imagine that you now click on theory, and then this comes up, and we'll have here a very condensed description of the theory behind the method. Some of them are more or less theory heavy. Suggestipedia is one of the heavier ones because it is based on brain ideas of hypnosis and brain waves and all that. I happened to be the first, it was the first method that they presented to me back in Denmark when I was training to be a Danish as a second language teacher. They did a methods course, and this was the first one we did. It was very popular in Denmark in the 80s. Maybe because it's sort of like hippie, dippy, I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that I still remember the Russian that I learned 25 plus years ago through this odd method. So you read about the theories here, and then we also thought about that it would be interesting, I won't open it today, but also we got really kind of late in the game, but you saw that, for instance, these little animations that you can make, and I found so many great animations online. So we thought about also for the more visual person that the method can actually be explained in a little Powtoon or something like that. So that's what we're thinking about having there. Then you click on the demonstration, and the video demonstration should come up if you are lucky. If you are not lucky, it will not come up. And apparently this... But in this method, I will just very briefly tell you that it would show you the teaching method is... oh, yay! So can you turn up the sound a little bit, because you should hear this sort of like beta beat of a... So it's based a lot on certain Baroque music that has a certain beat to it that's supposed to get your alpha waves. I'm almost there, going, and so you're supposed to sit in comfortable beanbags. There should be green plants, and all kinds of posters or things that makes the classroom into the country of your reading. So, if you can hear, is it possible to hear this?
We just have to stop for a second.
Because this is actually kind of interesting. That you're supposed to read and introduce the texts in this kind of voice that goes with the beta feed. So,
It's not. It's okay.
yeah, that's okay. So it's just an example of one method. And then we go back and we click on the task set. So reflecting on the methods, we'll have some questions there. We actually want to add some sort of an odd on-campus chat function, and so that GSIs on campus could chat about this, and then we have the bibliography. Thank you very much.